Greetings, I'm Michael Quinn Patton. The theme of the annual conference of the American Evaluation Association for 2023 is the power of story, theme chosen by AEA President Corey Whitmore. In support of that theme, Charmaine Campbell Patton, my daughter and evaluation partner in intergenerational evaluation, and I are going to read you the story of Eva the Evaluator. Eva is a young girl who's struggling to explain to her classmates and her teacher what an evaluator is. And so she and her father have a dialogue in which he tries to help her understand what an evaluator is. It makes for a marvelous way to consider the challenges we have in explaining what we do. It illustrates the power of story. And at the end of the story, we'll take you into some of the creative design elements that have been incorporated in this marvelous book. And so here is Eva the Evaluator, written by Roger Miranda, an international evaluator, illustrated by Birgit Stadler. And we will take you through the book, and then we're going to go back and tell you some of the secrets and mysteries that are hidden in the book in plain sight. So the book begins with Eva's father saying, "Hi, Eva. How was school today?"
Not good.
"Why? What happened?"
Mr. Chu made us talk about our parents' jobs. I said Mom was a doctor and that she works in a hospital. When I had to tell them what you do, I didn't know what to say. Everybody started laughing at me. I felt terrible. What do you do, Dad?
"Well, I am an evaluator."
An evaluator? What's that?
Actually, many people have a hard time understanding what it is. An evaluator looks at things to see if they're working and whether they're doing what they're supposed to do. An evaluator tries to help people.
Oh, so you're like a doctor?
In a way, evaluators are like doctors, but not really. Instead of trying to fix broken bones, we help people fix the things they work on.
Like what kind of things?
Well, they may be working on a difficult project and need some help in putting pieces together. So they call an evaluator to find out how they can do it better. If something is broken, an evaluator can help them fix it.
Oh, I see. An evaluator's like a carpenter.
In a way, evaluators are like carpenters, but not actually. Instead of using hammers and nails to build things, we talk to people, ask questions, and listen to what they think.
So is an evaluator like Dr. Pollitt, our school counselor? She says we can always go and talk to her if we have problems.
Yeah, in a way, we are like counselors. We have to understand what people find frustrating and listen to a lot of complaints. We interview people, ask for opinions, and do research so that we can come up with a clear story of what has happened.
So you're like a journalist?
Well, evaluators are a little bit like journalists. Sometimes our work may even be in the news, but we are not reporters. Evaluators have to follow a lot of steps, sometimes even prepare something like an experiment before we are done.
Cool. Evaluators are like scientists then.
Yeah, in a way we are scientists, but we don't work in a lab or use fancy equipment. But just like scientists, we have to be aware of bad data.
What's that?
Bad data are things like wrong numbers and information that is not correct. It's like a scientist mixing the wrong chemicals. It's not good.
Oh no. Dr. Bad Data sounds like trouble to me.
That's right. We always have to be on the lookout for bad data. It can be hiding anywhere and suddenly jump out.
Sounds like being an evaluator is dangerous.
Not really, but things can get complicated when people try to take advantage of what we do.
How?
Well, through misuse, for example.
Misuse?
That's when somebody changes what we say. It can get others in trouble or even hurt them.
Misuse sounds like a very sneaky lady.
Well, Misuse is certainly not good. Evaluators must always be ready and make sure to stop misuse and bad data.
Now I get it. Evaluators are like superheroes.
Oh, not quite, but it's nice to be appreciated. Evaluation is hard work, especially when there are lots of numbers and formulas to go over.
So evaluators are like math teachers?
Evaluators often use numbers like math teachers do. Actually, evaluation comes from the word value, meaning we have to find out what something is worth and determine its merit. To do that, evaluators have to make judgments.
So evaluators are judges?
In a way, we are, but we don't judge people or send anybody to jail. We gather a lot of clues by asking questions, reading and looking for evidence. That helps us find out what's going on.
So you're like a detective?
I am like a detective, but slightly different. I do try to solve things, but I also make suggestions based on what I've discovered. Evaluators help others by giving them information they need. This means evaluators have to look all over the place in order to find answers.
Wow, so you're an explorer.
That's right. In some ways, evaluators are like explorers. Not only do we explore ideas and how things work, we get to travel all over the world sometimes. I have been in the jungles of South America, sailed down great rivers in Africa, and even seen mysterious temples in Asia.
Sounds like an adventure.
Oh, yeah, being an evaluator can be an adventure. Evaluators play different roles, switching from a scientist to a counselor to a judge and so on. Do you now understand what an evaluator is, Eva?
Yes, I think I do. I want to be an evaluator too.
Really? What would you like to evaluate then?
This cake you made. The end.
So that's Eva the Evaluator. And when you look closely at the book, there are some inside information that we're going to just spend a little bit of time sharing with you. So if we go back to the cover of the book, you'll see that on the back wall are some wanted posters behind Eva. The one on your left says wanted, R.E. Soltz, or results. And in the middle, it says wanted, Fin Ding, or findings. And on the right, it says wanted, indicators, or indicators. And so things like that appear throughout the book. Merit milk, and the apron that the father is wearing has use it. There. You'll see the books on the judge's desk, accuracy, feasibility, propriety. These are the standards of the profession. On the left, laying down, are books on utility, merit, and worth. And so throughout the story are hidden these kinds of fun background pieces. We'll look at one more piece, the exploration page, where he's been to Africa and Asia and South America, but also Learningham and Accountableville and Improvement Town. So Captain Summative here, Super Summative, is a caricature of one of our great thought leaders, Michael Scriven. And some people seem to think that Captain Formative looks a bit like who, Charmaine?
He looks pretty familiar, but I think we might have to change his name to Captain Blue Marble, because I think that might
Well,
be Michael Quinn Patton.
that could well be. I give this book to all my new clients in evaluation so that we can have a discussion about what evaluation is. It's a fun and humorous way to talk about the challenges of discovering. Take a look at it, not only with your children, but with clients, with each other. It's a way to get into thinking about what an evaluator is. Charmaine?
Yeah, I've read it with my children, and I will say when, growing up with Michael as my dad, I did not know how to explain what an evaluator was, and at times I still struggle. So it's definitely a great book and a lot of fun, and I hope that you enjoy this family story time with us. Take care, everyone.